Thank you, Ernestine. I forgot to hit the button. Hey, you guys, any technical problems, tell me. Vic's not down here yet. I'm rolling solo. Hey, Francis, Maurice, Warner, all y'all. Ernestine, Brenda, Tracy. There we go. That's why it's a pre-show.
And if you'll take this all on it hard, and if you say I can stay, I'll stay. A white mist has risen off the river, and all the birds have taken to the sky. I have no urgent message to deliver. I have no reasons, only alibis. The moonlight has left us both on ribbons. I wonder if I'm really worth the fight. I fess up, I surrender, I lay down on.
Thank you, Brenda.
Your bed of roses keep up for the night. And if you're wounded for your part, and if you want me to stay, and if you'll take this all on it hard, and if you say I can stay, I'll stay. The fire is burning on the hillside. The fever is breaking over snow. I'm losing things I've taken pains to hide still. You've got me thinking maybe I won't go.
Max in the room. Ernestine.
There's really nothing left to give you.
Ernestine, you know you my buddy.
Best was gone so long ago. I can't forget the reasons I still love you, even though I've never told you so. And if you're wounded for your part, and if you want me to stay, and if you'll take this all on it hard, and if you say I can stay, I'll stay. Still, you got me thinking maybe I should stay. You got me thinking maybe I should stay. Still, you got me thinking maybe I should stay. You got me thinking maybe I should stay. Stay with me. You got me thinking maybe I should stay.
That sound about the heat. All free music. Yes, 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 yes. I know you like that one. Ernestine was asking me, who is that? That's Love Shadow, you guys. My favorite artist of the Creative Commons group. You know, Creative Commons is a movement. It's a movement by artists where they make their music available to you for free while retaining all their commercial rights. So Love Shadow is one of the folks that lead the charge on that. And so that song was You've Got Me, featuring the artist formerly known as Romancito. So it's a hot track. Love that track. And one of the tracks that I'm about to play for you is a collaboration that went across the oceans from U.S. to London. And that involves Frank H. Carter, who joined up with Love Shadow to do a bunch of tracks. Take a listen to Back to Me. And we'll be going on with the Morning Coffee All Free Music pre-show as I test the system and get ready for Morning Coffee. Coming up at 10. Hello?
Hi, this is Ruben. I'm 6:30. I'm at your front door.
Thank you. Now, be right there. Roll straight front.
I have the world inside
Just a few
my
things.
hands, so full of our hopes and dreams and plans.
Grocery delivery just came.
And give to me
They do everything.
But just as God you came, it seems you're gone. Now could it be something I did wrong? Oh baby, please, I need you.
What's happening? RJ.
Next to me, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come back to me, come back to me, come back, oh, so baby, come back to me, come back to me, come back. We were supposed to touch the sun. We were the two turned into one. So how do I live this life with you gone away? Yeah, 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 yeah. Now too many nights have passed me
I just
by,
couldn't get up at a time.
and too many mornings
I just thought maybe they would leave it at the front door.
Oh yeah, no, it's I didn't even
still wet with the
Oh, yeah, no,
tears
that's, I did
that I
that.
cry for you. Come back, baby, yeah, yeah.
the updates
Come
coming.
back to me,
The updates coming.
come back to me.
I checked everything. Victor Allen in the house.
Baby, come back, yeah, yeah. I once believed that I was strong, a man afraid of nothing. I had the world inside my hands, that's what I told myself. But now I see that I was wrong. The truth is I have nothing if I don't have you.
I'll just go like this. Like that.
Just remind me because I first thought of it the pre-show.
So baby, come back to me. Come back to me. Come back. So baby, come back.
Get ready for that morning coffee.
Come back to me. Come back.
That's what you gotta do.
Now too many nights have passed me by, and too many mornings fill my life. Still wet with the tears
Dressed up for
that
y'all.
I cry for you.
Did early, got up early.
Come back, baby, yeah, yeah. Come back to me. Come back to me. Oh, come back to me. Come back to me. Come back. Oh, so baby, come back to me. Come back, baby, come back. Yeah. So baby, come back to me. Come back to me. Oh. We were supposed to touch the sun.
That's right. Frank H. Carter getting together with Love Shadow. You know, that music is free. You can go get it. I posted in the chat room, paxstereo.tv/CC Mixtape. I got most of the tracks there. And you can share them, spread them around, because that's what we do, and that's the way we like it. I think everything's working pretty good. You know, Victor and I get down here, get the studio fired up, and when you do this kind of broadcast, it's good to get going before the broadcast. And so that's what the pre-show is. I get everything up and running, check all the systems. It's like 6 computers working in here. And we get ourselves ready to go. And it takes a bunch of work, but we love it. We love coming to you. And I guess the idea nowadays is to include you guys in my life and what it takes to get this going. So, hey, you're with me. That's what the pre-show is. I get everything up and running, and I get my head right. That's what I do. So that's the pre-show. So, okay, let's pick something else. I've been playing this track a lot. It's called 247. It's by Love Shadow. I see Beth just joined us. I'm telling y'all, I work with some wonderful people all those years at Kaiser Permanente. You know, it's about the people, the workers, the doctors, the nurses, the people, housekeeping. Those are the wonderful people that I worked with, the wonderful nurses. God bless you all. God bless you all. Two plus 7.
Hey baby, won't you slow me right down? Come and sit in next to me. You know there's something I just gotta say. I've been trying to find the right words to say this honestly. So hoping I can find a way. 'Cause I've been going crazy just thinking of you. You must be so tired, spending all your time.
Good morning, Rico.
I guess that I'm addicted to all that you do.
And Latoya.
Don't it love, don't say enough about me and you.
Marla.
Every minute, every hour, every day, 247 got a hold on me.
Good morning.
There's no better way that I could ever say it. 247 got a hold on me.
That's like marijuana in the morning.
Every day,
One of the best
247 got
times.
a hold on me. Lock it up, lock it down, throw the key away. 247 got a hold on me. So baby, won't you take a look at me? Can't you see I'm all tied up? 'Cause I'm begging you for your touch, asking you for your hand. And I know that they're only words to you, and just words are not enough. But if you give me time and son, I know you'll understand. 'Cause I've been going crazy just thinking of you. You must be so tired, spending all your time running through my mind. I guess that I'm addicted to all that you do. I could call it love, but don't say enough about me and you. Every minute, every hour, every day, 247 got a hold on me. There's no better way that I could ever say it. 247 got a hold on me. I'm to the time for you good every day. 247 got a hold on me. Lock it up, lock it down, throw the key away. 247 got a hold on me. Cause I've been going crazy just thinking of you. You must be so tired, spending all your time running through my mind. I guess that I'm addicted to all that you do. I could call it love, but don't say enough about me and you. Every minute, every hour, every day, 247 got a hold on me. There's no better way that I could ever say it. 247 got a hold on me.
That's right.
I'm doing time for you good every day.
247.
247 got a hold on me.
Hold on a
Lock
second.
it up, lock it down, throw the key away. 247 got a hold on me. Every minute, every hour, every day.
Sight, sound, the body's heat.
Got a hold on me. There's no
Pax
better
Stereo.
way that I could ever say it.
Taking it to the street.
I'm doing time for you good every day. 247 got a hold on me. Lock it up, lock it down, throw the key away. 247 got a hold on me.
Internet television, taking it to a new extreme. You all are part of the revolution just by being here, just by watching this. You are part of change. Yeah, Love Shadow once again, 247. Remember, all free music all the time as we do the pre-show. Coming up at 10, right around that time, because I think I got 6 minutes, so I guess I can squeeze in one or two more songs. You know, it's good to have you guys with me. This is the pre-show where I get ready for morning coffee. You get to do it with me. Which mostly means getting my head together. Smoking that good sativa. Yes. Come on, y'all. Come on, come on.
And your feet up, shoes off, kicking on back. Late night staying up, writing these raps. Engulfed in the summertime, soaking up the sun. Now I'm jet black, yeah, I think I got enough. Off the tops, flip flops, like so soft, small braids, Kool-Aid, melon in the shade. Cute boys, first jobs, divas being snobbed. Telephone, internet, computer, got my lap. Barbecues, pool parties, overnight stays. Little drinking, little kissing, playing these games. Boys trying to bag him, then the next day brag him. But you didn't want to kiss him cause he had that dragon. Laughing till you pee, hoping homies don't see. Cut a little grass for some gas money. Chilling at the malls, getting sticky with the paws. You did it for the rush like a rebel with no cause. Rebel with no cause, rebel with no cause. You want attention, said you looking for applause. See, we were kids, the laws didn't have a clause. It was the summertime to us, it had no flaws. Rebel with no cause, rebel with no cause. You want attention, said you looking for applause. See, we were kids, the laws didn't have a clause. It was the summertime to had no flaws.
That's right, rebel with no cause, like a diva with no draws. And I know some. And I know some. 4 minutes to showtime.
And yo, posted at the hoop court, 3 straight hours. White mini skirt with the airbrush flowers.
What?
We went to cheer the lads and they appreciated that. And you would almost die when he let you wear his cap.
What?
You might have told a lie and abbreviated facts if you came home late and were accused of being baked. Me, I didn't smoke, no, mama, I swear. She's only gonna judge me and you know it ain't fair. Trips to the beauty shop, keeping fresh hair. Blowing $80 at the damn state fair. Beach body surfing with the abs looking perfect. Hitting all the clubs, getting love on the circuit. From ice cream cones to the Starbucks stones to your new best friend to your breakup song. They all play out like your favorite days. We love the summertime and it ain't gonna change. Rebel with no cause, rebel with no cause. You want attention, said you looking for applause. See, we were kids, the laws didn't have a clause. It was the summertime to us, it had no flaws. Rebel with no cause, rebel with no cause. You want attention, said you looking for applause. See, we were kids, the laws didn't have a clause. It was the summertime to had no flaws.
Yeah. Memories. Yes, y'all. Think I'm ready. All right, you guys, get ready for broadcast time. It's 9:58. I guess I got to squeeze one more in. something short and sweet. Wow, none of them was short and sweet. It's been a wonderful pre-show. I think we got everybody here. Good morning, Vietnam. They're all coming in live. What can I say? So coming up next, Morning Coffee. Hang on in there. For all of those who are connected to Victor Allen's social media, we're going to turn it over to him in just a second.
There you go, man.
When you walked away, it was the saddest day that the world has known. Shattered my heart and left me with pieces of a broken home. Now you say you need me.
Hey, man, good to see you, Marvin, man. Thanks for joining, brother. Always following, man. You're always inspirational, my brother.
Asking if you can come in, and I can't say no, no, I can't say no.
Yeah, I'm just my mom.
You and I just can't say goodbye. Every time we do, well, it's just another lie. I know you're no good for me, but every time I'm with you, there's nowhere I'd rather be.
We want to thank you for tuning in to the All Free Music Pre-Show. And coming up next, Morning Coffee. Get your Raisin Bran, your scrambled eggs, your yogurt, whatever you're having. Mac, grab a glass. Let's get ready.
Grapes.
We've been to hell, been burned by the flames.
Good breakfast,
The
good.
pain so deep that even the strongest God in the heavens would kneel and weep. But here I lie, pressed against your skin, right where I wanna be. You're the sweetest sin. You and I just can't say goodbye. Every time we do, well, it's just another lie. I know you're no good for me, but every time I'm with you, there's nowhere I'd rather be.
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Let's get down on the good news train. Have your morning coffee with Mario every Monday. Get the 311 before the morning's done. Laugh until you cry. You can always rely on morning coffee with Mario every Monday. Morning coffee with Mario.
Come on, y'all. Get up. Time to stretch your weary bones. Yeah, get a move on, get a move on. You know we do. Yeah.
Yeah, be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too smooth. Let's just do what we came to do, just vibe with it. Be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too smooth. Let's just do what we came to do, just vibe with it. Unleash the verbal blessing, hold it thick with herbal essence. So kick back, chill, without weapons and groove with the music in the school session. This time, let's vibe on time without weapons. The beat to me like sap through a tree. It's in me. The rap happens to set me free. Instantly when the mic touch this MC. Without the mic, this MC feel empty. I'm telling y'all, it's the lyrical recipe, lyrical ecstasy. Hearing no less from me, I accept and expect no less than the best. And inject intellect without disrespect. Come on, be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too slow. Let's just do what we came to do. Just vibe, yeah. Be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too slow. Let's just do what we came to do. Just vibe with it. It's like an epidemic, pop star gimmick. Hit it, get it, then realize that you in it and you're finished. Whole dream diminished. See, I play the season, y'all have a scrimmage. I spit with reason, y'all hit the image. But I believe the dream has no limits. I believe that's the whole reason we live it. But they don't get it, they like it's not right, is it? No visit, hip hop here to stay, no shizit. We gonna get it, new improved music, move and groove with it. Choose who you get with. I smack rap back like this do hoes. My flow hard like dick, get the skimpy clothes on individuals when anything goes. The player pick 'em like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Got soul, got so much funk up in the rap, I should pack a fat bowl. Y'all should kick back, relax, and just roll with me, vibe with me, roll with me, vibe with me, roll with me, come on and vibe with me. Hip hop ain't dead, just keep it alive with me. Be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too slow. Let's just do what we came to do, just vibe. Let's just do what we came to do, just vibe.
Come on! Be cool! Yes! Yes! Oh, Lord. Gotta get my Wheaties. Welcome, everyone, to... where am I? Welcome, everyone, to Morning Coffee with Mario, the morning show that gets you up and at 'em, alive and thinking. And ladies and gentlemen, I am never here alone, because even though I may have built this ship with my own two hands, the brother that drives it, who stands at the helm, is none other than the very gifted. Give it up, Victor Alley. Give it up.
What's up, man? I call this the What the Hell Week, but I always say this first, man. You say hi to your people. So you already did that.
I say all pre-show.
All day. I tried to say hi to you guys, but I was in the bathroom and I thought there are certain things that are private and I didn't want the phone to slip. So I just decided to wait till the show time. But next time I'm getting all of you guys while I'm in the shower saying hello.
Well, the one place you don't want the phone to slip is when you're in the bathroom.
Right.
You don't want that to happen.
Hey, man. You know what? Let me just ask you this. You gonna start with some good news, man? Because you got the bow tie, you rocking it hard.
Hell no.
Okay. So wait a minute. All the dress up and you about to give us gloom and doom.
Hey, I'm bringing you the news. It is what it is. I'll try to dress it up, a little bit. And what I tried to do, Vic, is, the news is crazy, so I tried to stagger it. I'm trying to stagger the news. But what can I say? It's that kind of a day. It's crazy. I don't know. So we got a bunch of stuff to talk. The usual is going to be coming up. We're going to talk about Black Lives Matter, the COVID-19, and give you the latest updates about that, all that stuff. But even before that, a bunch of stuff has been happening. One of the things, Vic, today, thousands of people are walking off the job, Vic.
I thought they already was let off.
Those who still have a job.
I'm just saying, I just didn't know, man.
Hey, I'm with you, brother. Of those who have a job, thousands are scheduled to walk off today to protest racial inequality. Don't have much more to tell you about it, but it's supposed to be happening all over the country, so keep an eye out for that. Vic, the other thing people are talking about, and I'm just going to roll down my Facebook page a little bit, is, Kanye West. No comment, huh?
No, man, because I'm doing what they call the manual plug-in.
Okay, he's got to get that thing. He's got to get that. So Kanye West, you guys, what's happening? Kanye West launched his presidential campaign from what I understand, it was really bad. Now, I tell you, I'm only going to mention this in passing because I feel we got to give Kanye a break. Some people say, no. No, Kanye, I'm telling you, bipolar, bad disease, not taking his meds. I treat him like all the other patients. Enough said.
Right.
Let's move on from Kanye. Okay.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it on Kanye.
Okay.
Well, what do you think?
Well, let me just say this. But there's a lot of people that follow it, right?
Yeah, they can keep following. Just don't pay too much attention to what he says.
Okay. It's, in other words, we should ignore the Harriet reference.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Don't listen. Every crazy thing Kanye says, give him a pass. Okay, because that's the disease.
Right.
He's not capable of navigating that. In fact, knowing this personally, and many of us do, I give it to his family members. Right? Can we give them? Hey, give them.
All right.
Give them some applause. Right? Because, those of us dealing with family members who are tripping like this, it's hard. It's 24/7 work. So, no, we're not sending him out. I'm just telling you the stuff that's out there. So, so we're going to be talking about more of the news today, but this is kind of the crazy stuff. This is the kind of crazy stuff because there's a lot going on. So, I'm going to hit it. Vic, how was your weekend?
I mean, let me say this. We're adjusting back to what we call the norm. You know what the norm is, right?
What's the norm?
Stay at home, social distancing, extra.com. So, let me just say this. I'm just finding out that you have to find new adventures while you're at home. I'm not against anybody going out doing their thing, but it gets me back to my question like this. I'm still asking this question. There's a singing gram of 3 wonderful women who were sent over by a friend to knock on your door and sing and bring gifts. And they're absolutely wonderfully attractive. And they said, we want to come inside and present this wonderful presentation. And they're not wearing masks. What do you do?
Well, you could let them in and step far back, but that's not wise because singing is gonna, if they're sick,
Right.
Okay, if they have the virus, they're gonna get you infected. And singing, all that outlet of air.
Right.
So what if they call you up and say they're having a blowjob contest and they want you to be the judge?
See, you done took mine and went over.
I'm just trying to make the stakes a little higher.
No, the stakes ain't that high.
A bunch of the females you've been looking at for the last 5 years, we decided because of the epidemic, we're going to have a blowjob contest, and we want you to be the judge.
No, Mario is not weak.
Everybody has different dreams. I guess mine are different than Vic's.
Yeah.
But
Hey, look.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Then I would, I'm just saying if you're young and stupid, you do stuff.
No,
hey, my ex came by.
Right.
We talked about that last time. My ex came by, Keena, and I gave her a big hug because I still love her. She's my ex. But
with a mask or no mask?
She had the mask on at first. See, so I messed up. I'm
At
saying
first-
professionals mess up too.
Wait a minute, where did you mess up?
I'm saying professionals mess up. I shouldn't have. It's my ex. First of all, she came over unannounced, and then she was in a good mood, and so I wanted to give her a hug. So it's fatal. See, they get you.
So see, it gets to the point where
I'm just saying.
Are we taking our close associations for granted? Are we doing?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know a way to do this perfectly, you guys. I'm telling everybody in a practical way, try to do your best job. That means limit the number of people. But remember, if you limit it to 3 people and one of those people is a really, really weak link, you're going to get sick.
Right.
So I don't know what to tell you. If you want to be absolutely practical, don't let nobody in. Don't go nowhere.
What?
So I don't know if that's doable. So,
all right.
Meantime, I'm rooting for Tess.
Okay, I feel you, bro. I was just wondering.
I know you ain't had no. Have you had any company?
Man,
you had any company?
I had. My brother had to, give a shout out to Malik. He's on his bike, venture and stuff. He came over. We out in front, mask, sanitizer. I was helping him, with just some follow up on the bike. Distance was minimum we kind of extended it to 10 feet. That was it.
That's your contact?
That was it. That was the contact, man. And he got in his car and he went on.
But what about Gina?
Oh no, Gina is like staying at home. I mean, because she has some stuff with family and stuff. So the whole bike thing that we were planning to do.
Yeah.
No, that's on hold right now.
The bike thing's on hold?
It's terribly on hold. I mean, she has some family. She has her mom with her. So there's some follow-up and some other things that they got to do. She has to be very aware of, well, every time I go out there, when I go to the job, I got to be cognizant of when I come back home all the time. So it's a different world now, man. Everything's been put on pause.
Well, it's put on pause, but we're trying to continue. I know the efforts I'm doing. Simple things, you guys. I don't know, I posted it on Facebook. When I cook, I'm cooking big old pots of shit. I mean, just like
pots of shit. Okay.
See, my mother would see how big. Okay, you guys will. I'll speak the King's English. Certainly, on certain days, I'm preparing large quantities of wonderful edibles such as beans.
I'm hashtagging this right now.
Butter beans. I made some butter beans, y'all, with some ham trimmings in them. Them butter beans. If I was about to make some cornbread, I went to the cabinet. I was out of Jiffy. Y'all know Jiffy, right? All the black folks out there. Yeah, hell yeah, we know Jiffy. You get that Jiffy cornbread mix, and see what I do is I saute some onions and stuff and add it to the cornbread mix, and I get it all good, and peppers. I made some cornbread. Man, they was talking about my cornbread. But anyway, I made a peach cobbler too. Some of y'all saw it on Facebook. Brother can cook. I'm telling you. I know how to go. I know how to get to a woman's heart.
Yeah. Hey, you guys.
It all ain't physical.
Do that thing. Follow it. He set that up real good. Hashtag pots of shit by Mario. Okay.
I need an intervention. So welcome to Morning Coffee, you guys. And it's been a whole week since we were last with you. One of the big happenings of the week was that we lost John Lewis, everyone. We lost John Lewis, one of the icons of the civil rights movement.
Yeah, man, sad.
Wow. What do you say? We got to give it up?
Well, and here's the thing. The last of a group of individuals during that period linked to the protests, especially during the 60s. The picture that gets me all the time is when he's at the bar and the white guy's behind him. And his arms, you can't tell if he's hitting, pushing, or whatever when he starts to take a stance for things.
Let's see which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it may be a moment there, but
look at this one. Wow.
Yeah. There's a lot of good ones where you realize how much he's been a vessel, man, and then the connection to it all the way up to Black Lives Matter and the whole thing. And then when you go to see most of his stories, and I love a lot of his quotes. His quotes are always wonderful in the sense of, doing good things or doing bad things greatly. Don't quote me on that. It's somewhere in that sphere. You guys know the quotes better than I do. But he has some wonderful quotes in moving forward and then being able to go. The lesson that I got out of this is that America is getting an education, and it's getting it in a different way right now. So you're being taught by oppressed people about what you were really standing for in 1776. So when you're talking about that, what the flag means in that period, well, it looks like you're getting an education the hard way. And through this, it almost seems like disenfranchised people are being the teachers of the education that was suppressed and the actual truths that were not, let's just say this, passed on through schooling of all levels. Okay, so I believe we're going through an education.
And so it is. So more on that this morning, you guys. We got a full show for you. Again, we're going to be talking about, as we do now as part of our regular format, we cover the pandemic update, commenting on the latest information as I interpret it, using my 30 years of experience as a pediatric hospitalist. I will interpret that for you. Also, the latest with Black Lives Matter, the ongoing Trump debacle, and of course, marijuana for dummies. Dick, I got a chance to update a bunch of things yesterday. Sorry, everybody. Last week, I didn't even package, I guess it was the focus on taxes. after Monday's show. I just sort of forgot, and we didn't even get the show syndicated till this past Saturday. So I want to apologize for that, and I'm going to be doing a much better job today, getting the stuff out there. But I've got the latest slideshow animation, and after this, we'll be right back. Oh, no, Vic, I got to show it. Okay. No, you know what it is? It's this browser.
Yeah.
I have to actually show it in a different browser, so
Right.
give me a second. Alexa, give me weather for View Park.
Right now in View Park, California, it's 69 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today's forecast has intermittent clouds, with a high of 74 degrees and a low of 63 degrees. I can also play a brief news update from your favorite news provider. Would you like to hear it?
No. How about that? No, hell no. See, Alexa's getting too self-aware, starting to recommend shit, you know. Alexa, give us the birthday roundup.
Today's famous birthdays include British actor and singer Sally Ann House, Brazilian fashion model Gisele Bündchen, Canadian actress Sandra Oh, American dancer, singer and actress Julianne Hough, and American basketball player Ray Allen.
Wow. All right, a bunch of birthdays. Got to say happy birthday to everybody out there. Well, we just about, you know, with all these technical stuff, so you find yourselves with these words. Hear all that? All these Windows updates. I don't know about you all, but you probably should have had a bunch of Windows updates and phone updates and all the updates. And, you know, that's one of the things that, Victor Allen, what time did you start the updates down here this morning?
Oh man, I started them around 6:45.
Dang.
That's how they were going through rounds. So you know that round where it goes don't touch, it goes through, then it does that second backup round where it's processing, and then it kicks in again. So it was a big one this morning, man.
Wow. All right. Well, I'm pulling it up, the page, and we're getting ready to play the latest slideshow animation. I added some of the. Now, it's not all our picks in this. These are some of the picks that were previously done by the GoDaddy team, but we love it. And take a look, take a listen, and we'll be right back. That is not it. Look at that. That is not it. That is not it.
Too late now, bro. But here's the thing, man. You love animals. You love the cats, don't you? Oh man. R.I.P. Yeah, man, that was just rest in peace.
Coming right back. The news.
the time for you good every day. 247, got a hold on me. Lock it up, lock it down, throw the key away. 247, got a hold on me. So baby, won't you take a look at me? Can't you see I'm all tied up? Cause I'm begging you for your touch, asking you for your hand. And I know that they're only words to you, just words are not enough. But if you give me time and son, I know you'll understand. Cause I've been going crazy just thinking of you. You must be so tired, spending all your time running through my mind. I guess that I'm addicted to all that you do. I could call it love, that don't say enough about me and you. Every minute, every hour, every day, 247 got a hold on me. There's no better way that I could ever say it. 247 got a hold on me. I'm to the time for you good every day. 247 got a hold on me. Lock it up, lock it down, throw the key away. 247 got a hold on me. Cause I've been going crazy just thinking of you. You must be so tired, spending all your time running through my mind. I guess that I'm addicted to all that you do. I could call it love, that don't say enough about me and you. Every minute, every hour, every day, 247 got a hold on me. There's no better way that I could ever say it. 247 got a hold on me.
24/7.
For you good every day. 247 got a hold on me. Lock it up, lock it down, throw the key away. 247 got a hold on me. Every minute, every hour, every day. 247 got a hold on me. There's no better way that I could ever say it. 247 got a hold on me. I'm to the time for you good every day. 247 got a hold on me. Lock it up, lock it down, throw the key away.
Yeah, shit, how did that
Got a
get?
hold on me.
Sometimes these pictures be sneaking into the slideshow.
Oh, you got one in there, man, that popped you, right?
Man, y'all don't know which one, so
Hey, I'm not worried about it.
yeah. Well, thank you for tuning in. Latest slideshow animation. Victor got on the tight clothes. There's that kind of time, you guys, and we're doing it here. Latoya, come on, stop. The damn Vixie,
Hey, man.
the damn thing, it has a
Hey,
mind
man.
of its own. I'm
Let
trying
it
to
be.
get it to stop. Wow, it finally stopped.
Okay, so getting ready for some good news, right?
Listen, is there good news anywhere else?
Yeah, of course.
Here's the good news. You still here. That's as good as it's going to get today.
Listen.
It's Monday, and
Yeah.
I don't know, is there good news out there?
Yes.
Well, actually, I do have some
Yes.
good news.
Yes, there are.
I have some news. It may be falsely elevating your sense of hope, but
wow, what a caveat.
I do have some news today. We got some news. Now, I want to acknowledge once again the chat room. They're all coming in. Miko's there. Hi, Miko. Latoya Lynn. Thank you, Latoya. She's admiring the cats. Vic,
Yeah.
see, you guys, the cats. Okay, I really only have 2 cats. Okay, but cats came behind my house somewhere in some corner of the yard behind some woods shit, whatever.
Here we go.
And then they had some cats. So then the cats come, and then I get by. They're supposed to be the service, supposed to help me catch the cats. Why you laugh? See, they're supposed to help me catch the
They're
cats.
doing a damn good job.
But the corona's getting in the way of all that. I gotta get the people to catch the cats, and I would get the cats fixed, and then I would take care of and feed the cats. But we gotta first get rid of the cats. I mean, not get rid of catch the cats. Not get rid of the cats.
See, Joe,
Catch the cats.
you're doing a good job of Well, Mario's doing, and how you doing, Kim? Always good to see you. Mario's doing a good job of being what they call the political cat commentator. He doesn't want to say the right or the wrong things. He
I
wants
love the cats.
Right, so he's caught between get rid of the cats.
I can't get rid of the cats.
Get rid of the cats.
I just want to get the cats all fixed, and then I'll feed them. We just have cat. Did they just bring cat food? Man, I only have 2 cats.
Really? Oh, damn, man, I must be hallucinating. Because I swear, man. Well, hey.
Like 5 kittens out there. Like 5 kittens. Then what am I supposed to? Too
Okay.
much pussy.
Oh.
What?
You know what? I apologize for
Cats.
the cats, yeah.
Too much pussy cats.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I meant.
Clean it up, clean
what
it
y'all
up.
think I was saying?
You clean it up.
You guys got dirty minds, thinking I'm saying something crude, vulgar. When you know my body is a temple and my mouth is the doorway.
Wow. Jeez, Lord have mercy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Time for the good news, the bad news, and the other shit. Ladies and gentlemen, the good news, the bad news, the other shit, and Vic was asking me to bring it, and okay, the good news, the bad news, the other shit. First of all, the bad news, It's a lot more corona, y'all. It's a lot, but listen, okay, I don't understand why you guys are not expecting this. You have a contagious disease to which you're doing nothing. It's going to keep going up. Everybody in medicine expects it to continue going up. I wouldn't be surprised if every single day you set a new record for new cases for the next 30 days.
Right.
Until you do something, why would it stop? Okay, so it's going to go up. It's going to go up. And what's so bad is that you have still less than 14% of the United States population tested, whereas you really need to have about 70 or 80% tested, and a whole bunch of them tested 3 and 4 times. They talking about doing 50. You need to be 280 something million people. Alexa, what's the population of the United States?
According to the CIA World Factbook, as of 2017, the population of the United States is 327 million people.
Okay, so you need to test 327 million people, like today. How's that? That'll tell you where the virus is. See, in order to know something, you got to do some tests. That's going to tell you where things are and allow you to mobilize resources. So you sort of need to test, at this point, the entire United States. Okay? Now, if they do 50,000 tests a day, even then, okay, let's say they get it up to 500,000. Alexa, what's 327 million divided by 500,000?
327 million divided by 500,000 is 654.
So it would take you over 2 years to get it done.
Not good, bro.
Okay,
Wow.
I'm just want you to see. At that rate, it would take you over 2 years. Over 2 years. Okay. Now let me give you the good news. The good news is that there's some early results. They're really early, you guys. They're really early. And see, but it's a good thing. Remember I told you one of the ways that they're looking at doing the research a little differently is trying to find some things that are consistent across the viruses, in which case you may be able to make a vaccine or treatment that might knock out a whole bunch of them. So and plus they're going to test every product they've ever designed previously too. So they're getting some preliminary results that look good. using, doctors will know this, interferon. A different kind of interferon. Some of you may know interferon because it's one of the treatments that was recently, went through a lot of trials and stuff to treat hepatitis C. So it's one of those treatments that was able to treat chronic viral infection. Hepatitis C, Vic,
Right.
is another one of those ones that tends to stick in people, later causing them liver cancer and liver failure.
I feel you.
They also one of those ones that you can get from sharing things
Right.
with people. So interferon B, now again, I don't know, I'm not a virologist, and I would really want one of them to explain more. But now they have a treatment where you inhale it into the lungs in a nebulizer, and it seems to be causing a response. There's also some other good results for some of the other vaccines. Now, of course, the key to this, and I don't know if they're doing this, the key to this is actually to force people to share the information at some point. See, they're not going to want to do that, but in order to keep 150 different manufacturers or teams working on this, working consistently, they need to share results so everybody can shift in a particular direction. When you get good results, that's the way cancer research works today, you guys. Essentially, all cancer patients are experiments to a degree.
What's the likelihood that the big corporations rushing for the patent will all throw in their hats to work together? Because it is a business model that they're always used to. Why would they change now?
I don't know about that. See, that's part of my issue, Vic. What I do know is that the UK, let me see if I can find it. The UK has already made a preliminary buy, okay, of like something 39 million
All right.
vaccines.
All right.
So the UK has already bought, just based on, they made a deal with one of the companies to already purchase some
Okay.
huge amount of vaccines, which are not even developed yet. Okay, they're not even developed yet in the UK because people are trying to get in on it early.
Right.
Which is one of my fears. See, the part that's typically not sped up is that you need to give it to like 20,000 people and then check them like every 2 weeks, every month, spreading it out and this, whatever. Yeah, for like a year.
Yeah.
How do you speed that up? You just decide you're not going to do it.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So there's no speeding that up because that's the protocol is time.
But
give it and wait.
But I got to give it to you. You brought some good news.
Yeah, there's some treatment stuff
yeah.
coming earlier because in my world of pediatrics, if you ask me how long does it take to get a vaccine, I'm going to say 5 to 10 years.
Absolutely.
And that's being very hopeful. Bunch of stuff like HIV, they've been working on over 40 years, right?
Right.
Nothing, right?
Right.
Okay. So remember that. So it's not quite like that. You also have some vaccines like measles and other things that are like 90-some percent,
Right.
98 and whatever percent. You can Google it effective. So you can look those up. But the point is, back at the ranch, you're going to have new cases coming. You might as well get used to that. And specifically in those areas where they were most cavalier. Right now, people are getting hit in the rural parts of the United States.
Right.
Small towns. And I posted it about a small town where they were saying, please pray for us because the whole town is being affected, okay?
Now, are they also using the reference that they relaxed or they went open and said, hey, we were not practitioners of wearing the mask, you know what I'm saying? Or are they just saying we're getting hit and we don't know why?
Well, those are just from individuals who are crying out now in desperation.
Right.
But the point being, I can't name in the whole United States anyone who did it correctly. No one. No one actually followed the guidelines.
Absolutely.
No one.
Absolutely.
No one, not California, no one.
No.
Some did better than others.
Then relaxed.
Right, but no one. So if no one does anything, one of the things as a practitioner that gets frustrating is that you have to sort of accept the idea of letting people die so that people will wake up. Now, I'm a county trained doctor, LA County Hospital, so I'm used to death, okay? I'm just not used to it coming this way. And I know something else. You ain't used to death, okay?
Right.
You ain't used to death. So something's going to have to change. I can also tell you that studies are showing right now that 45%, up to 45% of the U.S. population says they're not going to take a vaccine anyway.
Right.
If that actually turns out to be true, which it won't, you'll never get ahead of the virus.
No.
You'll be fighting it for the next 10 years. Okay? So, if that's that, but that's not going to actually, that's not going to be true. Right now, 45%. That'll go down to 15% once all the people start dying. Once all the people start dying and they see them all around them, watch that long ass line for vaccines get longer. Okay?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what's going to happen. A bunch of people going to die. Then the line's going to get real, real long for the vaccine. Then people are going to be willing to take anything that you think is helpful.
Right.
Okay? It's going to be just like you see in the TV shows. Okay? They're going to go from being nothing to taking something and then begging for anything.
Now,
Okay.
let me ask you something, because you go through this, or you have been through this. This is going to be doubled down with the flu season, and how they're going to be able to handle determining the difference between the flu. The features are going to be similar, overlapping, and
You could get both.
Who do you actually prioritize?
You might get both. We
Thank
don't
you.
know that you don't get both.
That's what I'm saying, man.
You might have flu and corona.
At the same time.
COVID-19.
And you
flu
get-
season is expected to come the same.
Let me ask you this. And I'm just this is hypothetical. I know everybody's going to sit back and say it. If Captain Dada, you know who I'm talking about, right? Captain Dada,
The stable genius.
right, implored the whole base to say mask. Would there still be a rebellion anti-mask, or will we be in a better place had everybody just said, look, the leader of the Grand Poobah, Captain Dada, said, let's do this, let's do it. Would there be a better place, or were we going to get here anyway?
Well, you would have been better had you used masks. That's obvious. Okay, in other words, let me break it down to common sense. You have a disease that's contagious, of which you have no effective treatment.
Yes, it is.
Wouldn't it be common sense? The best thing, the only thing you have to combat the disease is staying away from each other. Am I right?
Man,
There is nothing else.
man.
You can shake beads and do prayers. Okay? All right? You understand? So the only thing
Absolutely.
you have to combat this virus with right now is staying away from each other. There's nothing else. And I'm not putting down all the people who are into health foods and all that, because I believe that being in a healthy condition helps you survive. But if you think you're going to do a detox or eat some herbs or some bullshit and survive this, good luck to you. Okay? Because as far as I know, vegans get cancer and die like everybody else. They can't even point to any data that shows you live longer. Okay? They can't even point to that. All right? We just assume that living better will lead to longer life.
Right,
But there's not real data on
Right.
that.
right.
Okay? I'm just making that clear to you. For
Right.
people who like data. They can't go to data and say, oh, it says we're going to live longer.
Let me ask you this then. Here's the last one. It's a quick yes or no. Will we go in upheaval if the president was in a different place? Let me say it right, Captain Dada, and he said martial law. And martial law says we're clamping down hard. Would that be in the best interest of the health and welfare of everybody?
No, I think the best thing to do is to educate. Okay, the best thing to do is to educate the public appropriately. And then once educated, they will do a better response. If you look in Japan, which is still having another surge like everybody. 'Cause remember, I told you nobody has done this right.
Right.
Absolutely no one.
They all relaxed.
They all relaxed, stupidly. So everybody avoided what they thought. Everybody essentially sacrificed working people for money. That's why they all did it. The universal reason of why people went back to work, the universal reason is for economic reasons.
That's right.
So in other words, they went back to work to save the rich people money.
Absolutely.
Worldwide. Japan, everywhere else, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they sacrificed you to go back to work. Okay. What's coming is the Great Depression Part 2. I hate to say it, but right now you're faced with it and the clock is ticking. You're facing record evictions, record
You're going to be kicking in.
transfers
Yeah.
to people to becoming homeless.
Yep.
Record numbers of people. Many of you are going to have to get ready for people to move in to your house. Family and relatives, because people are not understanding. That's why I want to be the first to warn you to get ready. This is going to be the Great Depression Part 2. Some industries will never recover. I hate to be the voice of doom, but it's already being talked about. The people with money are pulling back their money, getting ready to buy up all your shit. Because let me remind you that in times of desperation like this, the rich get richer. Okay? Anybody who got any money saved up knows they can buy some property. Okay? I'm going to buy a car. Finally. Okay? But I'm going to wait till it's the worst time. And I'm thinking somewhere around this time next year, there'll be so many car discounts. You guys, I'm going to buy a used Prius with damn near no miles. Watch what I get it for.
Yeah.
Watch what I get it for. So I'm warning you, that's the bad thing. The Great Depression Part 2 is coming. Some of you who are on fixed incomes who thought you had it tight are going to realize you got it good. Because if you got a fixed income, it's better than no income. That's what's coming. The government is going to have to take action that is unprecedented. As I told you, I'm telling you right now, we need to bail out people. I suggested we identify the 50 worst places in the country and start with them. But we're going to need to stop income tax totally, except for the most affluent. We're going to have to stop all income tax. In fact, you're going to have welfare type assistance nationwide
You think they're going to have
for at
another?
least 3 to 4 years.
Because of what's coming, what's the chance you think of another financial assistance on the tail of the one that they said, hey, it's about to run out?
You're going to get financial assistance, I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
The question I have is how much? My guess would be it's going to be too little, too late, because that's the historical reference. I've never seen it done
Right.
in the proper amounts, in the proper time, ever. There is no precedent for that,
Yeah.
okay? But there is precedent for you getting some relief very late.
Hey, you remember Too Big to Fail? And they bailed them
Welfare
out?
for the rich.
Right.
That's, and you notice that it's times like this when the Republicans become socialists. The Republicans always were socialists.
So
they're
wait-
socialists for them.
Wait a minute.
Okay, bail them out because they're. You know what Too Big to Fail really insinuates is that they're important and you're not. That's what that really means.
Wait a minute. Can it be too poor to fail?
It should be too poor to die.
See, that's what I'm only
How
saying.
about that? Too poor to die. Too
Okay.
big to fail versus too poor to die.
So, will they call it a bailout or a rescue mission? That's the difference. The wording.
It should be their duty.
All right.
We should give it a term that we should give it a term that applies to that actually seems to state that they're doing what they should do and that it's not charity. See, it should be some term for it that should be that they're doing what they should do, and that it is absolutely not charity.
You know what? You say the right things, bro. Too bad they don't sound like you.
Yeah,
I'm just letting
I
you
get
know.
too big, I better start watching my food. Anyway,
All right, man.
in terms of Black Lives Matter, protests are going on right now, supposedly.
Here we
I
go.
haven't seen it, but all over the United States, there's supposed to be record turnout for people. We can go try to take a look, Vic.
Hey, look.
See, have you seen any? But it's supposed to be right now going on. Thousands of protests across the United States related to this.
Hey, you know what? Let's see. The miseducation of America now is going to get the real education. How do you feel like now that you are part of teaching America? You never thought of it that way, right, Mario? That you're a
No.
part of. We're now having to teach you.
No.
You know, we're beyond that big plan from Jim Crow. That they never saw that. Oh, damn! The oppressed people are going to teach us how we should think and do and act. Oh my God, what should we do?
We can say, Lord.
Listen. That's all you have to do, man. Just listen.
Hey.
The education is there.
Hey, Vic, it's certainly proof that we don't necessarily volunteer, but that we're chosen.
Hey, look.
Because you chose it too, right? I mean, here we are.
Hey, listen, man.
We find ourselves in this position.
Yeah.
Never thought we would be in this position, but
Yeah.
here we find ourselves.
Yeah.
So I guess in that sense, it means we are chosen.
You know, they call it string theory in astronomy and that whole thing. The strings are connected here because you can't separate the Black Lives Matter movement from people who are oppressed, disenfranchised. And when people don't have money, everybody's in the same boat. And there is no breakage here. So the part that's happening is just terrible timing. And this is way bigger, I hate to say this, than Captain Dudda's administration. So what I'm forecasting for Mario is that one day somebody's going to come in this studio that's part of Captain Dudda's administration. And Mario's first question will be, notice I'm not saying.
I was saying, bend over and spread your cheeks so we can see if you can wink.
You're wrong, man. You're wrong.
See if we can get that wink.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying.
In Black Lives Matter, efforts to defund the police continue. Once again, I'm going to take a moment to attempt to define that. I had a discussion with a friend of mine who lives on the west side, and I said, essentially, think of it as that we want our neighborhoods policed the way yours are. I live in View Park, California. It is considered, Victor's the one who told me, to be the most affluent community in the entire United States for black folks.
Yeah.
In other words, when it comes to black people, the community I live in is the most affluent black community in the entire United States, which means that you ain't safe here. Because I've been jacked by the police 1 block from my house. That's what it tells you. In the most affluent black community, you ain't safe. So I told one of my colleagues who lives in Santa Monica, I said, how would you feel if every time your son went out, you had to be worried about the police? Your daughter. Defund the police means change the role of the police. Police should not be asked to handle any domestic violence or any mental illness calls at all. We should have special teams of trained professionals to handle those. And police shouldn't handle them at all. Police should be limited to those situations that require some degree of force or potentially, and then they need to be retrained. When I say defund the police, I essentially say that the racism is so rampant, they essentially need to fire all policemen everywhere and then rehire. And to get that rehiring, you should have to take a test and have a psychological survey evaluation. And if you don't pass that, you should not go back to your job. There are plenty of young people coming out of college right now, male and female, who would do wonderful in these new positions. We would change the nature of policing and change the nature of the people who act as those providers at the same time, at this exact same time. This is what we need to do. So defunding the police doesn't mean no police. It means restructuring your investments to provide a different kind of service. That's what it means. We don't need you to patrol our community like the invading marauders or the oppressors, police. We don't need that in our community, and I certainly don't want to pay for that with our own tax funds. So that needs to go. But let me remind people what defund the police means. It actually means a commitment to a new kind of policing. For most white folks, it actually means having the same policing you've had and benefit from all these years being applied to people of color.
What's the chance? I got to play devil's advocate because I believe in the business infrastructure that exists that is proportioned to the people that says you're trying to take away that money line that also is a supplement to people's income and extra.
Gotta go.
Okay, so when they defund, is it suburban defunding, urban defunding?
Everywhere.
Okay, now hold on.
So all you
Wait a
racist cops who's so arrogant
Wait a
that
minute.
threatening to quit,
Wait a
you
minute.
can quit now.
Wait a minute. Now
Quit
remember.
early.
Now remember.
Get goodbye.
You're also represented by your districts, by assemblymen, congressmen. There's a money flow. So to know how that money's going, because what you don't want, Mario, is oh yeah, we're gonna defund, all right. We're gonna take money out of your district. And so to monitor that.
No. Don't take the money out.
Right.
Repurpose the money. I'm not saying ever take any money out.
No, I'm being devil's advocate. Let me play this. See, my whole thing is that once they hear you holler and scream, you do need oversight and management. Remember what the rule is here. Follow the money.
And that hasn't changed.
That hasn't changed.
That doesn't
My whole
change. That's
point.
never changed. And it's going. So even when you ask for the things, you are going to. Okay, let's assume that you're dealing with the same people. Okay, why would it be any different? You're going to ask for stuff. You're going to have to make sure you get it.
That's right.
If you're stupid enough to ask and then stop looking,
then
you'll get screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be that stupid.
There you go.
I think we've gone past that.
Yeah.
Except in the South.
Stop. Wait a minute.
They're
Time
still
out.
pretty fucking stupid.
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
Now, when you say this, let's make it clear. The leadership, the peoples,
They chose to listen.
The
For
people
every
are
dumb
cool.
racist leader,
There you
there's a
go.
community that elected him.
Wait.
Okay, so you could trace every dumb
trying to
racist
rescue.
leader back to a racist, segregated community.
Yes.
So they got who they deserve.
You voted?
You know, I hate to say,
You voted?
maybe Kentucky deserves Mitch McConnell.
Maybe.
You know, maybe they do.
No, it's not maybe.
Maybe Florida deserves
do.
their elected people.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, because they keep choosing to elect them.
And there is a majority that always systemically by the numbers is always the fight you have to. The do right majority will hopefully do right. But when it just is broken down by ethnicity, then that's when people take advantage of their power, whether it's right or wrong. They say this is how it's going to play. So yeah, Mitch and Kentucky and Tennessee and all those neighboring, hopefully you guys will do the right thing. But as Mario and I know, it's an election year. And when an election year comes, there's money that got to be flowing. And people will go like this. I'm pushing your issues aside. You got issues with Black Lives Matter, push it aside. The money chain. And let me just say this also, Mario. All that money chain is not just going through communities that's non-black. We got some hoarders in the African American community going like, pay me. You know this.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I said, we all get to now think about our own personal roles and how we're going to be handling this. And that is no different for us here, personally, and with Pax Stereo.
Thank you.
We're deciding what we're going to do, and we're trying to do that right now.
Welcome to the Reality Masterclass.
Which brings us to the ongoing Trump debacle. The president is at war with science. I can't even repeat the stupid things, which goes to me, again, to speak to the stupidity of his supporters. If you're still making excuses for your support of Trump, you're an idiot and an asshole, okay? So, here's the man once again. Remember I told you back in the beginning when you made excuses for his lying. I told you his lying would kill people. He is the most documented liar in all of world history. There's no one who even closely approaches him. It's a record he will hold for damn near eternity, because no one will ever attempt to lie as much as this man lies. And now you get to see firsthand how his lies are killing people. So those of you who made excuses for him, this is your responsibility, and this is why you are part of the problem. All you Trump supporters, all those apologists who still are making excuses for Trump, he's killing people with his lies, and now you're part of it. I noticed that a bunch of you Trump supporters have simply gone quiet. That's not the same as renouncing your previous stupid mistakes.
Quiet?
Yeah.
I
They
thought they
shut
were.
up.
No, they're hiding, bro.
They hide.
They hiding big time.
Where are you?
Oh yeah.
So take your head out your ass and stop being a coward, and instead of hiding, say you were wrong because you supported Trump. A bunch of you.
Yeah.
Sorry, sick, sad motherfuckers.
Wait a minute. Are you excelling, my man?
I am.
You are excelling.
Next.
Okay. Now hold on.
So-
Breathe. I want you to breathe. Let it flow. There you go. Whoosah.
I think my appropriate of concern fits the fact that people are dying. People say, Mario, you're very upset. I said, well, that's my concern.
Yeah.
Is commiserate with the amount of death. I think all the doctors that get up there and go, oh, perhaps the outcomes are now being more than we could have anticipated, while looking at the data, and that while that outcome may be a shock, we are preparing avenues of intervention.
Damn, man, you
that
pretty good.
look forward to coming into play shortly.
Damn, Mario,
and
you good.
we would advise you to pay attention to your local. See, the doctors are amazing. They can talk for 20 minutes and not say a goddamn thing. Okay, that's useful. I sat there next to a bunch of them. That's why I never let, for 30 years, anybody do my patient education. Never. Never. Not even the people I liked. Okay, because none of them did it the way I wanted it done.
You know, that imitation that you did, bro. You know what? I didn't know you had skills like that, man.
Whatever. So another thing, the good news is Trump's niece married Trump. I got the audio book. It's pretty interesting. The other book, she's able to go get it.
Right.
It makes him look like the obvious asshole he's been looking like all these years that a bunch of you still don't get.
Right.
That's why I want to sell you a bridge in Brooklyn. Okay? And if you're going to go to Trump for your COVID treatment decisions, you're really an asshole idiot.
Hey, Mario.
And we need less of them anyway.
Hey, wonder if all of a sudden, say one day, I'm not putting it out there, in the next week or so, even less, the breaking news is Black Lives Matter has been carved into the grass in Mar-a-Lago.
They're going to storm Mar-a-Lago. That's our dream. Storm Mar-a-Lago! Storm Mar-a-Lago!
Hey, bro. Hey, you know what happened at that point, right? It says, where's my security?
Storm Mar-a-Lago! Storm Mar-a-Lago!
Where's my security, right? So you know it's happening. Oh my God.
Barbarians at the gate! Barbarians at the gate! But that's not just it. What, Vic?
No, man. You know,
I gotta take a sip.
What you? Wait a minute.
I gotta take a sip.
You're doing good. I mean, you blended in some good news, some reality. You know, we got Captain Dada, and then of course I can't wait for you when you finish reading the book by his niece. Is that his niece? A great niece? Who
It's
is
his
it?
niece.
It's his niece.
But
yeah.
you know how niece and cousin, they're almost the same, not that
yeah.
far different in age.
Yeah. So I can't wait for this because, like I said, this is the education of America, and we're writing our own chapters in this. So to me, I hope everybody's taking a moment to find how they can contribute to the re-education of America, because everybody's responsible. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. So where will we be in 2024? Better place, worse place, or the same?
I think I will have long since joined the Gallon Club at the Sperm Bank. I think that's pretty much, because I've got through most of the magazines already. I heard they give you a statue at the end of it, you know, Mario reaching down to all the little children. Can't wait.
I'm leaving it alone, bro. You just took it to the cellar. You took it to the cellar, bro.
Time to talk about some weed.
Times are a-changing, but some things stay the same. You start each morning with a cup of coffee every day. Maybe hit the snooze, turn on the local news, but nothing good comes from a one-sided point of view. Marijuana for dummies. Come for the info, stay for the reefer. Marijuana for dummies. Come for the info and stay for the reefer.
That's right, marijuana for dummies, seeking to inform and repair the miseducation. A lot of stuff going on in marijuana's world today, and I must say one of the things I've been talking about lately is the speed of delivery. Now, in Los Angeles at least, folks are actively campaigning and have commercials about the delivery services available in what previously was underserved neighborhoods. In other words,
Yes, sir.
marijuana in the hood.
There you go.
They bringing it to the ghetto.
About time, damn time now.
Yeah,
that's
not just, and then the people bringing it are different. So I got some weed lately.
Wait a minute, lately? Isn't it regularly?
I get weed. This is Caliva.
Regularly.
So Caliva, they advertise that they deliver to Inglewood. First time I ever seen that as an advertisement, Vic.
Wait a
They
minute.
said they delivered to Inglewood.
Where's that advertisement at?
I want me.
No. When
I'm gonna try to pull. I can try to pull it.
So wait a minute. So out of the surrounding areas, Hawthorne, Lenox, Culver City, Mar Vista, Eagle Rock, everywhere, they pointed out Inglewood.
Yeah, because you know the other delivery service I have, and I was one of the first people that they delivered to over here. They told me,
Right.
because that was my ganja runners out of Glendale.
Right.
They told me because they specifically did a delivery for me because I was buying $400 worth of shit. But okay,
Okay,
but so
all right.
of course, so
That's another subject.
That's another subject.
leave it alone.
But this other place now
In Inglewood.
in Inglewood, right here, Caliva.com. I'm putting in my address, 37 Oats, Goody Goody. Vic, don't show it.
I'm not showing it. Hold on.
I live at Goody Goo Way, so we'll see. And they do delivery. They also do in-store. Yeah, they deliver. Now, let me tell you what they mean. 2 hours, you guys. Here's Caliva. Let's see what they have. Caliva, let's see what they have. See, shop Caliva, empower, educate. See, so this one is fun. This is an organization, some black folks, which is very low numbers when it comes to weed distribution, very low.
Yeah.
So they're $50 minimum. They have a lot of black employees, folks from the neighborhood.
There we go.
They give you 20% off your first delivery. They got me weed in 2 hours. Look at this. And I bought the Venom OG and the Sour Diesel Lemon Kush. The Venom OG and the Sour Diesel Lemon Kush. Sour. So,
Now, will people like myself
who don't smoke weed?
know what those terms?
No. No, but you can impress your friends by just saying
Say
any
it.
kind of bullshit.
So if I sit there and say, hey, I have a marijuana guru who has Venom OG.
No, tell them, offer them, say, I have some Venom OG or I have some Sour Diesel. Which would you prefer?
Hey, so when I sit there and say, hey, look, Sour Diesel's on the premises, I don't have to know what it means. I just got to refer to it.
Yeah,
to
they don't care.
empower
Listen,
to
weed
pull it in.
smokers. Listen,
Okay, got
here's
it.
a secret. Weed smokers will smoke any goddamn weed.
Okay, got it.
But just tell them some shit.
Right, but if
hey, yeah, okay.
Now, also, if cheap weed back in the day was telling you, oh, it's not good. But now cheap weed now is a different market term, meaning it may be better because it's cheaper.
Well,
on the
it's
market.
stronger. So the
Right.
point is, even the cheap weed today is like 10 times stronger than the weed you had, like if you smoked back in the 80s and 90s or
Right.
whatever, or even in the early 2000s. The weed today is way, way, way stronger than that. So you can save yourself some money. You don't need to buy first top shelf. Like I get top shelf now, that's knocking me on my butt half the time. I'm smoking more sativa. Like I've been smoking all morning, right? But a sativa.
Really?
Yeah.
You've been smoking all morning?
Since before the shower.
I want to ask you a question because I never got to ask you this. We used to play basketball at the Y. Were you smoking before we played
Oh,
ball?
hell yeah. You know I was smoking before basketball. I've been smoking before everything. I smoke before I take a dump
Okay, so let me just say this.
and during the dump.
Would it be empowering for professional players to sit back and go, for us to perform at the contract level, to bring agent levels percentages, to reward marketing and sponsorships with the numbers and performances through media, we needed to be incentivized, and we smoked weed, and yet if we didn't, we wouldn't reach those numbers. If you heard those sports, what we call players of the past say, we need this, or else we're going to underperform the contract. Do you feel different now that they actually can say it? And if somebody right now
Well,
is smoking
they're-
at home,
they
before
can't totally say it, Vic.
They can't- right.
They're not going to test, but they didn't say it's a free-for-all.
Right.
They still have issues in the NBA and NFL with how you look publicly. So
Right.
I don't think anybody's going to be seen in pro sports toking a joint or a blunt live on the...
not live, that they say, I smoke before I go to the field, before I get onto the premises, because they can't. How does that work? Where you go, look, I can smoke until it's time for me to be at my job.
No, you can because the lingering effect. You can't smoke for a certain amount of time prior to going to work.
2 hours,
No, that's not appropriate.
5 hours.
Maybe the medical research is
Right.
going to go against that, but I think as a smoker, at
Right.
least,
See, the only reason why I'm saying this is because I always
it
thought
takes
about
some
that.
hours to have it.
Right.
But the way it impacts you in terms of other skill sets, they will test, like your ability to how fast you can put
Right.
round pegs and round holes and square.
Well,
They will test you with that kind of shit and tell you that means something, which
You-
it may or may not.
You was a badass basketball player, and it didn't affect you. Matter of fact, you were almost slamming sometimes, brother. So if I say anything, you showed that your performance level was unbelievable.
Well, you know for a fact that I was roll a joint, make a pot of coffee, and work all night.
And with Charles Barkley, your ass, right?
Right. So
right.
I mean, I think, Vic, and I think you would be almost an expert at this point by even what you've seen with me.
Right.
I think I represent why folks of a certain ilk smoke weed
Right.
and how they benefit from it.
Absolutely.
I benefit because it makes me mellow, you guys. I don't smoke for euphoria. I've been
Right.
smoking all morning and smoking during the show. Do you see any euphoria? No.
You want an honest answer?
Yes. That's the only kind of answer.
No, you cool. You
If
cool.
it's euphoria, it could be a lot better. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Really, if it's euphoria,
Right.
euphoria.
Right, wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait a
Now, I
minute.
can name some things that make you feel really happy
Right.
from the time you was a kid. Remember that time you was feeling the elbow, but you actually thought it was a titty? You was really happy, weren't you? All the time you was feeling elbow.
Okay.
But you didn't know the difference at that age between elbow and titty. So while you were feeling the elbow, you was just grinning.
I'm keeping the camera on you, man.
I'm feeling titty.
Keeping the camera
I
on
can tell you, there are some things that were your first joys that never you would. Remember your first kiss? See, mine was really nasty because she had been eating sunflower seeds. but there was other ones that were good. There are other ones.
Okay. So let me stay on track. I was just what I'm doing
There's some
is
nasty memories out there, right?
right.
I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm
Okay?
good.
Just telling you.
All right, I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
All right.
So the big thing is forget marijuana. We'll talk about the subjects next week.
Here we go.
Times are a-changing, but some things stay the same. You start each morning with a cup of coffee every day. Maybe hit the snooze, turn on the local news, but nothing good comes from a one-sided point of view. Marijuana for dummies. Come for the info, stay for the reefer. Marijuana for dummies. Come for the info and stay for the reefer.
Well, thank you all for tuning in. It's been a blast. Hope I didn't show my ass.
You did.
We'll see you
Your favorite
next
MC
week.
and mine.
Same time, same place. Remember to dress appropriately. Come on.
First off, I'm not your regular dude. I bust moves like a young MC. Yeah, sorta, that would be me. Got me thinking about putting down the mic one day. Then I get some more love. Thanks for the love you gotta play. Hey, what can I say? I'm a Leo to the finish, man. I love God, so my faith won't diminish, man. Once I step up to the mic, I speak truth. Hip hop wasn't designed to exploit the black youth, but somewhere along the lines we dropped the ball. Yeah, I mean that man in the mirror, yeah, that ball dude. But now I'm back to right the wrongs of my past world. So let me walk this off my list like my name is Earl. Articulate my thoughts clearly like Professor Les. Do you remember Rap City with Deja and Les? I'm looking at the front door, bless the main source. You're full yet, wait till I hit you with the main course. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I'd rather listen to Tribe or shit alone. You like my raps, but really I write songs. I like to do it like this once in a while to show some versatility and make you all smile. It's been a long time coming, I know, I feel it too. The more I take a break, it's like the more I break through. With my timeless space boy funk, I'm on point. You bless this microphone every time I anoint the pen, the pad. I face the bad head on. Escape inside the music, see my diary's a song. It's on till I write my next verse, then I go again into the studio. I feel I gotta flow again. This ain't just music to me, it's like my recipe. To be honest, it's more creative tranquility. This ain't just music to me, it's like my recipe. To be honest, it's more creative tranquility. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. They say they get me, I don't think they ever got me. My name's Kowalski, but they call me Kawasaki. Online I'm funds, but in real life I'm more like Chachi or Cola. I told you, I'm funky like granola. Bars, can't you see that I'm a star? Who pumps his own gas in the cold really fast? As I pass on your gold digging stash. I'd rather make my own money, not advance me loan money. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. So there you have it. Nobody's got my DNA. Nobody's got my DNA. Nobody's got my DNA.
Alexa, begin playlist
Rap.
broadcast transition.
So rap, gotta go.
Your playlist, Broadcast Transition, on Amazon
See you guys
Music.
next Monday, you guys. Park College is representing. Peace.